Morning came to you quickly, and you took a nice bath to prepare yourself for the day. You were sure that it was going to be busy because you and Bakugou planned to cancel the wedding by fixing the kingdom's finances. Good morning, princess. Here's the gown for today. Oh, and the majesties told me to inform you about the breakfast with the Bakugous. Your maid, Uraka, said as she held out a gown for you. You thanked her before she left the room to have you wear your gown by yourself. You took a deep breath before leaving your room, and you were surprised to see the prince waiting for you. You're too slow. They're probably waiting for us already. Bakugou sighed as he showed off his arm for you to hold. I never thought you were a gentleman, you say, giggling for a bit as you accepted his offer. You're just too mean to notice it. He snickered as a guard opened the door for the both of you, and surely indeed that both of your parents were already waiting for you. There you are. I wonder where you two have been, Queen Mitsuki said, chuckling. Sorry if we caused you any trouble, Your Majesty. You apologized as you bowed. Oh, do call me Mitsuki. No need for the formalities. Is it okay for me to call you Yin? She asked. Likewise, Mitsuki, you say, which caused her to smile once more. A bell rang, which means that the food was ready. You were about to go take your seat when Bakugou pulled your chair for you to sit on. Thank you. You thanked him as the maids were serving you food. It was a comfortable silence around, but it still annoyed you that you had to sit next to Bakugou. So Yin, how was your day yesterday with Katsuki? Mitsuki asked, which caught the attention of the rest. Well, it was very pleasing. Although we might not know each other pretty well, I think that he's truly fit as my fiancé. Isn't that right, Katsuki? You smiled as you answered, but your parents just looked at each other. She's definitely lying. Both of them thought before looking back at Bakugou's waiting answer. Likewise, Bakugou said before continuing to eat his food. I'm glad. I wonder how that happened. Min nervously laughed along with Finn. A few conversations after that they had all managed to finish eating, and Yin and Bakugou were left then again due to the kings and queens talk about the wedding and the kingdom. So, when do we start? Yin asked him. We start by going through towns in your kingdom, Bakugou answered. Why do we need to do that? They're so utterly ugly and disgusting. I can't stand them. Yin yelled in disagreement, and Bakugou groaned as he tried to calm himself from hearing her screeching voice. Shut the hell up. If you don't shut the hell up, this guy that you're talking to right now will be the future king of your kingdom, and you will have to bear kids with. Surely you don't want to bear my kids, right? Bakugou snapped as he held her by her shoulders, and she instantly nodded. Obviously, as if I wanted to get married to an ugly pig like you, she exclaimed. That's why we either go around to your kingdom and talk to the villagers, or we'll get married. Bakugou pronounced each word, which made Yin grit her teeth in frustration. Fine, Yin pouted before sighing. Guards, prepare the carriages, she declared as some of them instantly nodded and obeyed the princess's order. Yin came back wearing an, how do I say this? Enormous poofy gown, and Bakugou stared at her in disbelief. Are you just going to keep staring at me? I know I'm gorgeous, but you don't need to flatter me that much. Yin grinned. Are you serious? We're going to walk around with that shit when all we do is just talk to people? There's not even a special occasion there. Bakugou yelled as he rubbed the bridge of his nose. Every day is a special occasion. I need to be marvelous to the people's eyes, he remarked as he just rolled his eyes. Don't complain if you ever get tired. Bakugou snarled as he walked past her, which made her frustrated. You and him went into the carriage, and it was awkwardly silent as you were going along with your journey. Your Majesty, you have arrived now, my subject said as he opened the door for us. Bakugou stepped out of the carriage first, before you also tried to get out, but your gown made it harder to do so. Bakugou snickered as he watched you struggle while you just yanked your gown off your seat, and next thing you knew was finding yourself falling into his arms. Thankfully, he catches you just in time but you were in a trance by his looks, as it was so close against your face. Are you gonna keep staring at me? I know I'm handsome, but you don't need to flatter me that much. Bakugou smirked as you were snapped out of your thoughts, which brought you back to reality. I'm fine, thanks for asking. You rolled your eyes as you removed your arms. Oh, as you removed his arm by your waist. That doesn't even connect to what I just said, Bakugou exclaimed as he tilted his head in confusion, but you just shrugged. So, Bakugou, where do we start again? You asked once more as you really didn't get the plan. Right now we start now, so go talk to the people. Bakugou answered, but you just shook your head, wanting to back out now. Cards, let's go back to the castle, please. You reached out to the carriage once more, but Bakugou grabbed your wrists and dragged you with him. Hey, stop it. I'll behead you if you don't let me go this instant. You threatened, but he didn't even seem to be fazed as he still continued to drag you down at a house. Now, you do your thing. Bakugou pointed at the door as a sign for me to knock, but I still shook my head. He groaned in frustration before doing it himself. Your Majesties, what do you need? Did I do something wrong, or... The elderly woman was cut off when she saw the princess glaring at her instantly. Nothing is wrong, ma'am. We would like to ask you some questions, Bakugou said in a very professional tone, which made Yin blink for a couple times, surprised by this newly behavior. Sure, Your Majesty, what is it? What could possibly be the reason for financial problems that you are facing right now? He asked, and the elderly woman just smiled as she thought of her answer. I think it's... Nothing is wrong with my kingdom, so you aren't going to answer anything, Yin bluntly said as she continued to glare at the woman in front of her. Shut up and just let her answer, Bakugou yelled, and before Yin could let out a shriek, the older woman answered. I think it's the tax. It's too high. It's not high. You're just poor. Bakugou immediately slammed the door shut before sighing and turned to look at Yin. Maybe your kingdom sucks because your attitude also sucks, Bakugou said, rolling his eyes. My kingdom isn't bad. You spat back at him. God, this is gonna be harder than I thought. Bakugou grumbled under his breath.